not gonna do nothing. You are not above me. I bet you wish you was me. I know it, I know.
What is poppin', everybody? And welcome back to another special episode of the Only Friends podcast. Well, you know, it's me and my boy Tortu.
What's happening? Dude, I'm in the captain seat today. I don't know what that means.
Tortu, did you see what just happened?
What? You
sign.
It broke?
It's a
Tortu,
sign.
we have a casualty.
It's a sign.
Oh my God, what are we gonna...
Christ. It's over. The bid is over.
Oh my God.
Berkey's not even here to celebrate.
Landon's not here to celebrate.
Oh my God, they're probably so happy.
I can't believe
Berkey's watching this from Daytona right now, just like loving life.
I can't believe the bitch just died like that.
Had to end something.
How the fuck did that happen? I mean, I guess that's the rightful death because I was never giving it up just for like out of the sheer of them not liking it.
Where'd you get those maracas?
Oh yeah, you're right. You know what?
You got them in Bahamas, didn't you?
I did.
You might be. You might be able to get an extra set. It's December.
You see, I'll be honest with you. I was gonna go to win, but I need new tortoise maracas.
All right, the bit's on hiatus till December, and then it's back.
Well, hopefully PCA. There's a PCA, but then we can just go there.
Yeah. Either
Hey, Brian,
way.
what does it feel like
What?
sitting in the captain's chair?
You see, this is the problem, guys. I have an issue here. I'm sorry I got to interrupt, but that's not the fucking captain's chair. That's the sidekick chair. You have been upgraded today.
I've been upgraded from tortoise to sidekick.
No, you're sidekick tortoise.
Yeah.
Tortoise the sidekick.
So, Connie, who's sitting in Tortoise's chair today?
Oh, well, that would be our guest, which is Poker with Pizza. What's popping, guys?
Oh, hey, what's up?
Let's go.
What's up?
All right, so we got Pizza here and Loui.
Yep.
Yeah.
So basically, you guys recently started a vlog. I need you.
Yeah.
A documentary?
Kind of like a mockumentary.
docu-vlog.
It's like a docu-reality, if you want to
Yeah.
use TV terms, but it's in the vein of a... Matt said it well. It's in the vein of a poker vlog, yeah.
Okay. So what was your inspiration to start this? How did it even come about?
Well, funny you should ask, Conrad, because, okay, so let's say this. It started 1 year ago at the World Series of Poker. I've been like a novice player that plays like anyone else does at home games for 20 years. I didn't take the game very seriously. I had a home game for a while. But this whole thing started last 2022 World Series of Poker. A friend dragged me there.
Okay.
And I was like, I didn't even want to be there. I didn't think I had any reason to be there. And then I will never forget, I had a tournament where I got 11th place out of 1,220 players. And it was the first time in my life that I ever took out a pro that when he left, the table was like, oh my God, do you know who that was? Does anybody want to guess his name?
Daniel Negreanu.
No, it's like this, like really like dirty looking surfer, like caveman guy.
Hold on. Dirty looking surfer
His name
caveman
was
guy. Give me a second.
Conrad Simpson.
Shit. Wait, you knocked me out?
Yeah.
Wait, of what?
It was a big 250, 1 p.m. daily.
Wait. I thought you said a big name.
No,
pro.
when I tell you this, hand, you'll remember. It was one of the record-breaking 1 p.m. dailies where there was 1,200 players instead of 400.
Are you telling me I got 13th?
You had it's like 16th. I think there was 2.5 tables left. You had just spun up a small stack. I was scared to death. I had never played a tournament in my life. It was like my first tournament ever. And I heard a guy say, you just got to play these out, man. Tournaments can just turn on a dime. And it was you. And you had ran maybe 5 bigs up to about 700K. And me and you were chip leaders at the table. And
fuck, here we go. I punted it.
Yeah.
you did. I had king 10 of clubs. The flop comes 8, 9, 8, 2 clubs. You bet, I call. The club comes on the turn, check, and on the river you jam. And you had just spun a stack that was meaningless up to maybe third when there's 20 players left.
Yeah,
and
sounds about right.
I thought forever, and I remember I like soul read you for the boat.
Yes.
I had the ace of clubs in my hand.
I called with the king high club flush. And when you left, someone's like, "Oh my God, dude, don't you know who that was?" And I was like, "No, I know nothing."
I probably had ace 10 off with the ace of clubs.
Now here's the thing: the next day we played the 4 p.m. and the next day you got your revenge on me. You took me out deep.
What?
When there was 14 players left, the very next day, King Ace against Queens. You took me out the very next day.
Do you want to talk about how bad my summer was? I was playing 2 dailies back to back. Oh my God. How much was I down?
Yeah.
I must have been fucking miserable.
Well, no, actually, in your defense and in both of our defense, that was a $250 tournament. And first place was 38 grand.
Oh, that's why I showed up.
Nice
That's
and
why I was
juicy.
showing up. I like 38.
it was juicy. And
That's
so
nice.
it meant a lot.
Those
And-
dailies are juicy during
Yeah.
the summer because there's
Yeah.
just like so many people in town, and then they just want to play like a World Series event, even though it's not a bracelet event.
Yeah.
So it's just like a cheap tournament. Get in for $250, and you said you get like 1,200, 1,500 people,
And
in
they're
those things.
quick.
Yeah, so
and
to
they're
answer,
fast. They're
That's the
one day.
reason why I play.
Yeah, they're one days, so you can.
No,
you
they're
know,
fun too. I remember I still use this trick I got from you. When you're on the bubble and you want to milk the clock and you want to do it funny, because we like to do everything funny. We don't just do it.
Of course.
You take your stack and you do these little grandma stacks, and then you go
Count 'em up 2 at a time.
Okay, hold on, everybody. I'm so sorry, guys. That's 1, and that's okay. Restart. That's 2 and 3, and this guy literally did it. And I remember the floor was over standing behind us. And then once it got from him to me, I did the same thing because we both had good stacks at the time, and it was in our interest to milk it. So I did the same.
I must have had no chips.
And to this day, I did
do
that.
this.
I must have done that 9 times this series, just in the spirit of Conrad.
God, I hate taking, but when I feel like I do it in a funny way,
Oh
it's
yeah.
okay.
Yeah. I took it further the last couple times. I would do it, and then once I got it completely counted, and they're like, "Okay, he's done." I'd scramble them all up. I go, "Yeah, I got it." I'm not sure about that.
God, I love this whole
Gotta do it,
conversation.
Yeah, I knew you wouldn't remember me. We have never spoke since then.
Yes, we did, you liar.
One time
walked up
I
to
gave
me
you my
this summer.
card.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
It's true. So, all right. So you got this inspiration, and how did it start? Like, what went on?
So that was like a 11th out of 1,200, and I got like 2,500. I never told you the results of this. I got 2,500, and it was so late because it was such a bigger turnout than normal.
Yeah, it was like 3-4 in the
9
morning.
fucking guys chopped. 12 grand each. I got
You
11
bubbled the
before I
chop.
left the room. It's like, you guys all want 12 grand?
Yeah.
We're done here.
That's
Wait,
not, when you
hold
bubble
on.
the chop.
You're trying to tell me I got paid fucking like 1,600, and then you got everybody chopped it right
No,
after?
I wasn't in there, bro.
I know,
You
I
got
know.
16. I got 24. Everybody else got 12 or 11
Oh, my
or something.
God.
Yeah, it's disgusting. And
That makes
so,
me
but
sick.
that was when I was like, damn, I actually, that was fun. I started taking the game seriously, studying, working with the coach. And I don't think I should say his name because he keeps
Yeah,
asking me not to.
It's funny because when I was watching the videos, you were saying about how you're like, I got a coach and I work on him. I was like, wonder who that is, but no, you don't have to say.
It's Alex Fitzgerald.
Alex Fitzgerald.
I'm just saying it. It's fine. he told me when I get a big win, I could say it.
There
And
you
now
go.
I've got 7 small wins. So my first year.
That counts up to one big win.
His name is like Assassinito online, right?
Ali
correct.
Imsirich.
Yeah. and I love him. I love the guy. He is a great coach, one of the best, I think, in the world. He's entertaining. He takes it's not GTO, but you know how GTO could be so dry. It's like studying math for fun. And the guy makes it really fun,
Nice.
So.
Great.
That's cool.
So okay, so to answer your question, from there I went on to go on and win 3 first place at my home casino at the Ameristar in St. Louis.
Is this the one that you have on the vlog? Are these the ones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you had $0 about to your name?
Oh, dude! So
and
I've
then-
been a musician for 20 years.
Right, yeah.
This is my sidekick, Loui. He's my
Wait, I
non-negotiable
thought Loui
sidekick.
was the cameraman, and who's this guy?
Okay, so
no.
I'm the real
Louis
cameraman.
the chauffeur.
Yeah,
Oh, that's right. He got
yeah,
an upgrade, and then they had to find a cameraman.
That's right.
Loui was
That's right.
the non-negotiable sidekick. Like, who's cheats without Chong, right? So the producer's like, what does he really do? And I'm like, he's Loui. Like he drinks beer and he says cool shit and he's
Yeah.
coming. And if I have to have a role, he's a fucking cameraman.
Perfect.
And within 5 days, they're like, okay, this guy's not a cameraman.
All right, well-
so we got a real cameraman. Louis's now the chauffeur.
We need to roll back.
Yeah.
Who gave you this money to do this vlog?
Okay.
Why did it become?
So we went from $0 at a bar, a couple beers deep on a Friday night, to my friend inviting me to come. He's like, hey, I heard you've been studying. Come play the APO. I don't know what the APO even is. It's the Ameristar Poker Open in St. Louis. So I'm like, well, I can't come. I'm broke. I'm a musician. How much? Well, what if I did? What's the biggest event going on? He's like, there's a $400 mystery bounty tomorrow.
Sounds juicy.
So I'm in a bar in my hometown in Southern Illinois. We're from this broke Southern Illinois place where beer is $2 and your rent is $500.
Sounds
for
like my hometown. Right?
4-bedroom house. And the second I told him I don't have 400, my friend spins on a slot and wins $408. And
Insane.
he gives it to me. I borrow this shitty PT Cruiser from this girl from my high school. And I go to St. Louis, which is 3 hours away. I sleep in my car, and I took down a tournament first place out of 330. I won 30 grand.
And you also plucked the biggest bounty, too.
I plucked the 10K bounty.
Man, what a dream.
It was, yeah. And then a week later, I find myself I brought one bullet to Vegas and won my way through a satellite into the WPT 10K 5 diamond main event.
Sweet.
And so a week later, I'm at the table with Bonomo. And it's just this wild.
So you have no money. You're broke.
Correct.
Your friend somehow magically just like hits this jackpot on a slot machine.
Yeah.
That allows you to go play this.
And you guys,
Kind
you
of a
guys
dusty
are
tournament in St. Louis.
Correct.
That you win.
And I slept in my car.
And then like a week later, you're at the Bellagio playing with Bonomo.
Correct.
That's insane.
Filmed the whole thing. And then I started taking it seriously. I went on to go to the APO 3 times this year. This is the 12th month of my first year.
I think we need to go to the APO.
It's dude,
That's
it's,
what I
it's
think we need
soft.
to
It's
do.
fun. It's fun.
I actually think
cool.
I'm gonna go to like places like Iowa and stuff like that.
Riverside,
this
sure.
year.
Yeah.
Go get
Fuck
some
it, we'll meet you there.
cabins.
But, so
Midwest poker, baby.
I got the 3 first place
I'm
wins.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We're going to Pittsburgh?
Stop. Just stop.
I do want to make it clear though, like I'm telling you my brief poker history. We do not claim we're great. I am not a special player. We are not doing this show because I'm a worthwhile poker player.
I think
it's not
you're very entertaining actually. And I'll be quite honest with you. I'll be straight up honest with you.
Tell us about it.
I barely watch anything.
Yeah.
I barely consume any content whatsoever.
Sure. Yeah.
Last night I sat down and I was like, okay, how much am I really gonna watch of this?
Yeah.
I turned it on and I watched every fucking second.
Yes.
I was pretty entertained, man. Like,
It was
cool.
great. Everyone needs to go to their YouTube channel and watch there's 2 episodes right now,
Yeah.
I believe, and they're entertaining. I was literally laughing out loud multiple times
Awesome.
watching it by myself.
Now look,
Yeah.
I want you guys to know we do not teach poker on our channel. We do not teach GTO.
It's entertainment
I study
purposes
this
only.
shit, but my
Right.
theory is that stuff appeals to 1% of the world's population, and they just show up to tell you you're wrong.
Yeah.
How often do you guys battle with these haters that just say, "Oh, Matt Berkey, I don't know, 5 out of 10," and it's like, dude,
Right.
it's this dry content, and so we are way more geared towards the entertainment value. We've all spent our whole lives doing art and comedy and music,
which I love because you can get the other stuff elsewhere.
Sure. And this space I feel like is craving more entertainment, more
Right.
just something that's different because you got 5,000 dudes that are bored playing 16-hour days.
Right.
And they're all intelligent people that are into comedy.
Yeah.
And all the content is the same. And that being said, I cannot tell you how much I respect
Right. And
GTO people, Matt Berkey, people that teach the game. I have deep love for the game. But from this point on in this pod, I don't even want to talk about poker because what we're doing is deeper than that, and it's more entertaining to hear the story behind.
Yeah, and we had a couple weeks ago. We had the creators of the Micros on. I don't know if you guys are familiar with their series, but they it was like a cartoon created around online poker when it was big, and it was just like it was hilarious. It was nothing like it before, and then like that went away, and we're thinking like there's a void here, like in the poker content for just like pure entertainment,
absolutely
humorous content, and that's maybe where you guys can fill.
And just your vlog or docu-vlog was very well put together.
Thanks,
that's what made me like enjoy it.
That's a shout out to Charlie Queen. So our editor is the actual like award-winning filmmaker that's won best film at the Austin Comedy Film Festival. He makes movies. He's 1,000,000% out of our league, just like you guys.
Yep.
But for some reason, he's my buddy because we filmed some art stuff at home. And half of his work is like 6-figure salaries in LA, and the other half is like filming punk rock shows in the basements of our hometown. So I'm always on that, the other end of the spectrum. But now I'm like, look, you're the one that can make this really happen for us. So we pay an exorbitant amount to have him on the team, but I think it's invaluable to have that production value.
Right. Honestly, it is like that. The production value on your vlog was like it's a driving force to me for me to retweet it. Because I was like, all right, I want to tweet about this because like this is really well done. Like it's dope. But all right, so getting back on.
Yeah.
All right, so you went to St. Louis. You played a couple birds.
I got one first place at each one.
Okay.
So I went 3 times. I got a first at each one. MTTs, all 200 to 300 players.
Okay.
So now in my mind, when you go from broke to that,
you feel like you're the best.
Yeah.
It's not even a question.
It's so hard to win a live
It
poker
is.
tournament?
Yeah,
It's
you
so
win a couple of them.
It's a fucking
How do you win
it's a
multiple?
landmine.
I
field.
say that the final table is like landing on the moon, and then getting first after you make it there is like landing on the moon and then finding water to drink on the moon. It's just it's hard every time. It's a
Right.
miracle every time.
Yeah.
And when I say I got 7 in 1 year, that's if you count the little like $15 online
count.
poker bros. But if there's 800 players, I'm fucking counting it,
That's-
motherfucker.
hell
It's
yeah.
hard to do. Like
Yeah.
you just
Very
said,
hard.
you know. So that's the poker stuff.
Yeah,
That explains the origins.
Yeah.
What we're doing now is we've been here for 52 days, the World Series. We came here on a hope and a dream. We had sponsorship approach us, and shout out to Real Dope Productions. You know, these sponsors are content creators that said, look, man, the stuff that you've done in your life with art on its own has all been a 6 or 7 out of 10. But when you look at all of it, it's pretty interesting. And now you're doing this, which is a motif for like anything you do on the road now has this overall theme of poker.
Yeah.
We're only here because of poker. We're only doing, you know, whatever city we're in, whatever we do, we're there because of poker above all. But what we really do is the clown stuff. That's what we like.
Love it.
Yeah, we're here. So
Yeah.
right now, you can't see it on screen, but we've got these guys we met in the last 52 days. This is Kenichi. He's an Uber driver that heard our story and was like, dude, I like this project. I I will drive you guys anywhere you want all summer.
Amazing.
So he's here now driving us.
He believed in
That's
us so
awesome.
much.
This is
that-
Jamal
and-
Coleman. He's a comedian at Jimmy Kimmel's Club in Vegas. He works at LA Comedy Club. And we've networked with people like this that come and help bring creative stuff to the table for our project. We've been here for the first 45 days. We stayed in a 5-bedroom house in Summerlin that was paid for by people that like our show.
That's awesome.
But we got even deeper than that. So it's like a Patreon thing that they wanted to help us and support. But we didn't want it to just be that. We wanted it to be more. So
Okay, I'm so lost. I'm sorry. I have to stop you.
yeah.
So you said people that like your show, but you have 2 episodes out.
We have 2 episodes and 600 subscribers, but we've been so deep in the art scene in our personal networks at home that people know that we have dedicated our life so much to these projects that bring no money and no success, and we've done it for the love of the game for so long that people want to see it work now.
And when you say art, what do you mean? Like, what type of art?
I've been a musician for like 20 years. Louis is a painter and he draws.
Okay.
And so what we did was, instead of have them donate, we're like, hey, who wants to come to Vegas?
Right.
So we got a 5 or 6 bedroom house in Summerlin that was so big that we can invite as many people as we want.
Love it.
And sublet it for $50 a night. And we raised the whole $12,000 from people that came to
Awesome.
stay with us. And we didn't just invite just some of our degenerate friends for sure.
Yeah, they were there.
But some of them, most of them were comedians, artists, musicians, people that had something to contribute creatively to the project.
Awesome.
Are you guys
dope.
familiar with Kill Tony?
No.
Yeah, of course. I see Kill Tony all the time.
So
It's
Kill
really funny.
Tony's like a new cultural. It's like not a cultural. It's like a stand-up comedy movement that's happening in
not new,
Austin.
though.
Not new, but the success is kind of new to where now there's flocks of stand-up comedians moving to Austin, Texas to be on the show. That's mostly kind of in the control of Tony Hinchcliffe, Joe Rogan, and kind of their circle.
Okay.
And so we've had 2 or 3 of their fan favorite comedians come and stay with us.
Nice.
We've had a mixture of poker pros, Alan Kessler,
The chainsaw.
the Chainsaw, and then kind of big name comedians come and work with us on this stuff.
Oh,
so.
that's great. That's absolutely great. Yeah.
We'd really like to tell you about some of the shit we've been doing.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
let's hear about it then.
Okay, so let's just start with our golden goose. Okay, so we do poker adjacent creative ideas, whether it's funny or just cool or whatever. Entertaining is the main thing, right? So our golden goose, our most important segment that we filmed, and we have done it now, is called Run Good Day. And you guys are already familiar with these terms, so it's not really for you, but just to set it up. In poker, there's a term for luck. It's called run good. You can run good on the poker table, which means you're getting lucky, and that's great. But you can run good in any aspect of life too. If you marry a hot wife, you're running good. You get
Tell me about it.
get the last parking spot at the grocery store, you're running good. Problem with run good is that no matter how much you master your game, no matter how much you control your environment in whatever profession or game you play, you're always luck's little bitch. You are always at the mercy of luck. It makes you sick. That's why poker players use the term sick. You're constantly sickened by being at the mercy of chance, right?
Yes.
So what if today we made luck our bitch and we gave it to who needs it the most? And who needs it more than the guy sitting in Clark County Detention Center? Today, we're bailing out a completely random person from Clark County.
amazing.
Wait, hold on.
And he's going to run good.
He is running good.
and we
Is the
did
guy
that.
downstairs cooking the one?
No, but I do want to elaborate on this segment. I do want to tell you this, Conrad.
Yeah, shout out T.
If we wanted him to be here right now, he would come because we are homies now.
I bet you are.
That's our guy.
So we went to we spent 8 hours. We got Uncle Laser is this big time comedian from Kill Tony. He's a new up and coming comedian. We took our shitty limo. We're here in a 33-foot long 1998 limo.
Yeah,
we drove 2,000
we're going to
miles.
get to that too.
We drove our shitty limo down to the jail. We went in there and we said, look, we're here to bail somebody out and we don't know who it is. And they're like, what do you mean you're here to bail somebody out and you don't know who it is? We're like, well, there's a lot of guys on there that are running bad and one of them needs to run good right now.
Right, yeah.
They're like, well, you have to. So, of course, they're button heads. They don't, the jailers don't love the inmates. They don't want to see them win.
Of course.
So they're like, well, you can't do that. And I'm like, oh, but we can. Because I've already talked to our legal team. We've talked to the sheriff. We had this months ahead set up.
Yeah.
So I'm like, but you can. And we're here. It's like, well, legally, yes, but policy, no. So you have to know their names. And I was like, you got any Johnsons? They're like, we got 895 Johnsons. And I was like, okay, well, we're here to get Gary Johnson. He needs to go to Applebee's now. And so they're like, Gary
2 for 1
Johnson,
apps, baby.
double homicide. That's no bail. I'm like, okay, not Gary. I didn't say Gary. I said Larry. Larry. We're here for Larry Johnson. Did you're hard of hearing? So they're like, Larry Johnson's like 9 rapes in a row, bro. That's a no.
Oh, boy.
So we go through 60 names. You know, a number of them are cooperative and a number of them are not. We're lying our ass off. We're like, you see that limo? Joe Rogan is in that limo right now. He's our producer. He's circling the block. We have got to do this segment. Are you a fan of Joe Rogan or not? Well, you got to help us out. So some of them are
Got
like, oh,
any
Joe Rogan.
non-violent offenders in there?
Yeah.
Right.
So,
That's the point. A lot of people are in there for just no reason, really.
Right,
Yes.
exactly.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
yeah,
Like you're
you guys
selling some
know.
drugs or you're doing something
Right,
like
or whatever.
it's non-violent offense
Yes.
and they shouldn't be sitting in jail for all this time.
That's
so it's
right.
Like,
Correct.
Let's help somebody
So
out.
we loosely tie it into the theme of poker, but what we really are trying to do is hopefully get the right guy, but we can't rely on that. We don't know who it is. We're literally pulling names out of a hat. And so one of the things we wanted to do was kind of hopefully get somebody that had something interesting or meaningful to say about the criminal justice system.
Yeah.
Somebody that could tell us about what really happened inside, and somebody that was above all going to be stoked that he had this shitty day and now he's
Right.
got a good day.
And we were prepared to pick up a psychopath.
We were ready. We were ready for
it could've
Jeffrey
been-
Dahmer.
It could have
Wait,
been anybody.
Let me tell you what really happened.
You had
It's
mace on you or
shocking.
something?
What's that?
You had some mace on you or something?
No.
No, I've been to jail, man. Come
My
on.
theory was
We were
this.
good.
I have MMA buddies that were like, dude, this is dangerous. And I'm like, good. If you think it's scary, then that's good. That means it's good.
Yeah.
The guy can't have weapons. He's been in jail.
Right.
Sure.
Unless he's got one in his butt.
So the worst thing that can happen is in our own limo, we get in a 5-on-1 fist fight. Okay, bring it.
Yeah.
So, okay. So we go, we spend
And
8 hours.
why would he start a fist fight with the guys that just
Yeah,
got him out?
And he's
exactly.
going to be stoked about getting out.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So,
On top of that, even if you are Jeffrey Dahmer and you want to eat our livers, are you in the mood to eat liver in this moment?
Right.
When you were just sitting in here thinking about a peanut butter and jelly sandwich in jail, and now you're just going. So what we did is, look, we bailed him out. We went through 8 hours of this process. They're like, look, this old lady, she's like, look, baby, these are the hardest criminals in all of Las Vegas at Clark County Detention. She's like, I don't know if you know this. These are mostly felonies. It's like, we got a couple jaywalkers, but if you want like misdemeanors, sounds like you do, you need to go to municipal. So we went to this other place. The bail window looks like a hot dog stand. You literally walked up, and the first joke we did was like, I want a number 2 double cheese extra. And they come out, they resist us all the way, but we finally find the guy. His name was T. Brown. We'll call him T. Brown.
That works.
We get him out and we give him the Matrix option. We're like, look, man, you seen the Matrix? Red pill, blue pill. And forgive me if I forget which is which. I'm like, blue pill is $100. You take your Uber ride home, enjoy your freedom. We can't make you do shit, man. Like, it's completely up to you. The other pill is this glass of champagne. You get in this limo and you run good all day. You have the luckiest day of your life. So what do you think he did?
Obviously, got the goddamn limo.
Yes. And so we
absolutely.
bought him. We took him to buy a new outfit. We cooked him his favorite dinner. We asked him what he ate in there. We asked him which guard he wants to cuss out the most and what do you want to say to him. He exposed a lot of really messed up stuff that happened in there. We took him gambling, of course. But one of the most profound, shocking things that happened was this guy instantly proved that he was innocent of his crime. He showed us all the documents we needed to see. He showed us that he was lovable and that he was in there basically for a mistake.
Yeah.
This guy had rented an Enterprise car for his cousin. His cousin got in trouble and I think got like incarcerated for a couple days, and his girlfriend disappeared with that car for 7 or 8 days. It was returned. Enterprise sent him an email, said the car was returned. We're mad at you, but it's returned. He got charged $4,700. He showed me the bank statements.
Yeah, he paid all
and
that.
a month later, somehow he runs into police, and they're like, "Oh, we got you for car theft, man. Come with us." So he had been in there for 4 days, had 60 days more to go, and we bailed him out $1,432. And the guy was instantly lovable. Have you guys seen?
That's amazing. I was
That
clapping
is
up.
amazing.
I like that.
It was
That was a
cool.
good one.
Have you guys seen The Green Mile? John Coffey, the big black guy?
of course.
He looked like him. He talked like him. And he even said, "My friends call me John Coffey."
And it was really cool because if we had interviewed 200 people to pick a guy to take out, we would have just picked him
Picked that,
anyways.
right,
He was just
yeah.
really
Yeah.
sweet,
Yeah.
really fucking cool.
And that's really great for you guys to like kind of shine a light, because he's one of what thousands and thousands of people across the country that are in that exact same situation, right?
Yeah.
So you can kind of highlight the injustices that are happening
Sure.
to some people.
And we asked him, like, one of the things I wanted to expose was the pettiness of it and
Right.
our culture's misunderstanding
Right.
of that culture. And like your nieces and nephews are in jail just like anybody else.
Yeah.
Any one of us has had 3 beers and driven before.
Right.
We
Of
could
course.
all, it could be us, you know? So one of the things he told us was a number of other petty crimes that had landed people in the jail with him. He's like, there's a guy in there that got arrested for disturbing pigeons in the park. They got him for like making a scene or whatever it is. And
yeah, something
disturbing the
public
peace.
disturbing the peace.
or whatever.
A guy had thrown his lettuce and tomato from his burger on the ground in the strip in front of a cop and got a littering ticket, got put in jail. A number of jaywalkers, you know, all these people that are in there. Yeah. And so it became this like really beautiful thing that I cannot wait to share, because it is like, it couldn't have been scripted.
Yeah, and
You know?
we came up with this a while ago because like I've been incarcerated for lame ass shit, and since it worked out so well, we're gonna do that in every city we go to. We're gonna make somebody run good.
That's
Awesome.
dope.
I gotta be
I
honest,
love
Louis.
this.
That's great, man.
Louis, when
Yeah.
I first met you, you didn't seem like the kind of guy that's ever been in jail. that's honestly the first thought. I'm like, this is the kind of guy that has never been in jail.
This is a Mormon. You're looking at a Mormon.
Sure, choose the right. Baby.
I'm a straight
Choose the
shooter,
right.
man.
He's never done nothing wrong.
No.
All right, so I got to rewind again.
Yeah,
sure.
Bring it
Because,
back.
so in one of your vlogs, I believe it was the second one, you were in St. Louis. You had no money. You were literally all in the tournament.
Yeah.
100 people left or something like that. You end up winning the tournament. But in the meantime, you sold your 2008 Ford Ranger
Correct.
Yeah.
because you had $0 on you?
Well,
So for years, I've been talking about buying a shitty limo.
Okay.
yeah,
It's
he was
like-
gonna buy a limo no matter what, whether
Yeah,
we
let me
did the
just say,
show
like,
or not.
all the
Like,
shit we do on the show is kind of just what me and Lou have been doing anyways. If we didn't have a show, we would be doing this anyways. This is what we do. we come from a town where like your bills are nothing. You can do what you want. And you know, he works at Panda Express currently.
yeah, right now.
Okay. I've been a musician and actually we've been here 52 days. So he's on the verge of losing his job.
Yeah, I think they're gonna fire me.
Yeah. Cause well, we were supposed
I
to
think
leave.
they already have.
We were supposed to leave on
You're not going to go back to a job. They're
Check your email,
We
Louis.
filled that position.
This was a 30-day trip. We're on 52, day 52.
All right.
But yeah, so one of the things we want to do was buy a shitty limo. Our producers would not approve it. So I found out that, I don't know, nobody really knows this, just so you guys know. You guys want to buy a shitty limo? If you buy a limo, most limos are $4,000 or $5,000.
That's it.
Even though
Every
they
person on the
look
street
nice.
will go, "Oh my God, look at that!" And their car's worth 5 times more.
Right.
Old limos are hard to sell, so and they're always taken care of because you can't have a shitty
Just like
limo.
who in their right mind and wants to buy a
Correct.
shitty limo?
But limo services can't afford to let them get shitty, right? So
Right.
they're always clean. They're always in
Yep.
decent shape because as soon as they get not clean, they're worthless.
Right.
So you can go buy a limo for $4,000. I found 3 limos for sale in St. Louis that were surprisingly the same value as my 2008 Ford Ranger. So I arranged for
Throw
my
happy
friend to come
accidents.
buy it at the level 2, and I'm in last place of 132 players. And he's like, "Well, I'm 3 hours away. Are you sure you're going to be free?" I'm like, "Dude, I'm not going to be in this tournament when you get here." And when he shows up, I'm at the final table with chip leader. And I'm like, "Well, I don't need to sell it now because I'm going to win enough to buy this limo."
Right.
But you already drove. So here's my only car. I'm 3 hours away from home. There's a video of him handing me $52.50 for it, you know, at the table. And then I took the tournament down. I got first place. So now I go from zero. I'm broke for the third time this year to now I have 15 grand in my pocket. No ride home, 3 hours from home, and 3 different limos to choose from. Now here's where it gets funny. One of them is a 1998 Lincoln Super Stretch. The other is a 2008 Stretch. It's 10 years newer. It's nicer. It's sleeker. It's got more modern gear.
It's more modern, mechanically sound.
Gadgets in it. But the 98 is 10 feet longer, and it's way funnier, and it's way shittier.
Right. You're not in it for the nice limo.
No,
you want a shitty limo.
I don't want anyone to think that we're trying to be like, oh, I heard you're a pro player now, and now you think you're fancy. We are not fancy. We are not rich. We are broke idiots from the Midwest.
You want the irony to shine through.
Yes, I want it to be clear. We are not out here to flex, dude. We are here scraping by in existence. And
God,
to
I
this
love
moment.
the realness. I love the realness about the whole thing. I think that's the other thing about the show, like docu-vlog.
Yeah.
It was
could
really
call it a show.
We'll call it a show.
Yeah.
It's just real.
Yeah.
Like, I love the realness of it. Like, I know I've said everything about my life on this podcast and others, and it's like, it's hard to be real.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell the truth.
That tournament we played 5 minutes after you left, I tipped the cocktail waitress like $1. And someone at the table's like, Did you just give her a single, man? At least give her a red. Hell, I give them a black. And I put my shoes on the table. I'm like, look at these holes. I was like, if you think I have blacks in this backpack, I don't. And I'm sorry, And so, you get, this culture has a big, culture of flex to it. Like a lot of people don't want to be seen as broke. We just tell you the truth. We're barely out here. If we're the Happy Gilmore of poker, fine.
Yeah.
We embrace it. That's the funnest thing about this project is we get to be ourselves. So,
right.
Being real is awesome, man.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what drives people to content, honestly.
Yeah.
When it comes down to it. Like, there's a lot of,
Yeah, being authentic means a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to Lee Jones. He says, I have no words to describe how much I'm enjoying this.
Cool.
And that they use their platform to highlight injustices in the prison system.
Boom.
Hard.
And we don't just do that. Let me tell you like some other stuff that we've done.
All right, let's hear about it.
Because it's very abstract, So like I've had years and years of like these ideas that it's like, when will I ever get to do any of this shit? Right. And this project is the first one because now we do have sponsors, right? A bit. We have. And let me just tell you this: we love them to death. We're indebted to them forever.
They need more money.
But whatever number they say they're going to give us,
that's the truest thing I've
whatever
ever
number
heard,
they
bro.
say they're going to give us, divide that by 8. That's the real number.
Yeah.
Whatever date it's coming, add 6 days of them not answering the phone. That's the date we get it.
Yeah.
Okay. So. And I'll be transparent about this. After this is my 12th month wrapping up my first year, I've won 112,000 from tournaments.
Oh, let's go.
Hey,
I've lost 83.
Okay.
But only
So
70 of it was my own money. So I'm up 30 to 40 grand my first year.
That's pretty good.
That's all gone. Because we spend
You
it.
have to live.
You got to go all in. You got to be
we
all in on
wisely
projects.
spend it on production stuff.
Yes.
So
You're
travel,
reinvesting is what you're
camera,
doing.
gear,
Right.
paying people that are out of our league to show up and film, whatever. But some of the other stuff we did is Nightmare Poker. So on day 6, we had Uncle Laser from Kill Tony, Cam Patterson. We did a series of sit and goes at our Summerlin mansion house to you guys. Mansion
It's
to
a
our
mansion
town.
to us.
Sounds like a mansion to me, huh?
We did a series of sit and goes where the losers had to do terrible things. So the first game was the bowl cut challenge.
This dude's
And-
hair used to look just
And
like
that's
mine.
why my hair, I
Oh
want to
my
explain
God, I didn't
now.
even
That's
see
why
that.
my hair is like this.
You gotta show him the back.
Right
bro.
off the
Show him
gate,
back.
I lost
Get
the
up and
bowl.
turn around.
Show him the
Show
back.
dude.
Yeah, you gotta see.
Yeah, do the whole thing. Do the whole thing.
Awesome.
I had luxurious fucking.
I would have never fucking lost that
luxurious
one.
locks
His
when
shit
I
was
got
even
here.
longer than mine.
So
I
we did
think I
the-
had that exact same haircut in 6th
We did
grade.
the bowl cut challenge. The second one was the face tattoo. I lost that one. Keep in
Wait,
mind too, I'm the only
face.
pro.
You
I'm the only pro out of the 4
have
players.
or you're getting a face
Getting,
tattoo?
I lost
Marilyn
every
Monroe
sit and go.
tattoo.
I have to get a Marilyn Monroe beauty mark on my face as soon as I get home for the rest of my life. We had to sit on a cactus. We had to do an embarrassing tattoo that so 4 comedians got a one-on-one session with the professional artist, told him the most embarrassing idea we could get ever for a tattoo, where the winner of the sit and goes idea gets tattooed somewhere on the body of the loser. So just to put it in perspective, my idea was Bart Simpson wearing a cowboy hat with the entire hot dog and bun coming out of his butt. And we'll send you the clip for that too. But I lost 5 out of 6 of these sit and goes.
Oh no!
I had to sit on the cactus. The
Sit on a cactus.
That shit was
not the main
fucked
event,
up.
but the second runner-up main event was Chaco Polo. which was at our house in Summerlin. We had a big pool. We found a remote control boat that somehow worked. It's like from the 90s.
Yeah,
we
it was
found
old.
it in the shed. We're like, there's no way it'll work. You know, the charger won't be here. All the components were there. It worked. And one of the things that our producer sent to us for props was 2 highly powered cattle prods,
Oh my God.
which are for shocking cows in the ass and telling them which direction you want them to walk, of course, you know. So we got this brilliant idea one day where we made this like Death Star. We duct taped the cattle prods on the boat and we got it functional to where you could drive it around. So the second, the runner-up sit and go was Choco Polo, where the winner gets to control the boat. The other 3 have to get in the pool, blindfold, plug your ears, and stay in there for like, I don't remember, 20,
my
30
God.
minutes while the driver has this just completely disturbing like boat that makes this sound. So you turn on the cattle prods and it's like, it makes this sound.
It's
and then the
frightening.
little the propellers go, and we all had to stay in there till
You're like the Johnny Knoxville of the poker world.
Yeah.
So that was like our Jackass moment.
Yeah.
And you guys are like our age, right? So we all grew up watching the same shit.
Everyone
Early
loves
2000s,
Jackass.
we're
Yeah.
watching poker on ESPN. We're watching the WPT and the WSOP main event. We're watching Jackass, right? We're watching Pokemon in the 90s and stuff. So we have all these elements of that in our show.
Mm-hmm.
When we catch a star, when we run into a big name, Helmuth or Negranu, even Conrad, we have a segment. We call it Pokermon. So me and him, it's like, we caught a Pokermon, and we go and show them their stats, show them, Negranu's psychic type. Conrad would be, I guess, fire. I don't know.
Stunner
And
type.
you were actually at Berkey's table during
during the tag team. During
That's
the
how
tag
you
team.
kind of got connected
Yeah.
with Berkey and
So-
how you made your way to this podcast?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we do costumes at the table. In that particular tournament, I was in character for 19 hours.
Oh my God.
So we started that tag team at Berkey's table.
And it was you two playing the tag?
Me and him.
Yep.
Yes. So he wears the butler outfit sometimes. In this particular
I love the butler.
tournament,
It looks good. It looks good, right?
yeah, when he's butler, I'll play tournaments, right? And I'll go, and he'll show up with a thing of grapes and feed me a grape. And so at that particular tournament, we were both wearing colonial, like George Washington shit.
The ones that you wore with the.
And Matt even said, I think briefly, he's like, dude, the tag team, it's a $500 tournament, right? $1,000 for the
Right,
whole
yeah,
team.
yeah.
That was not like a soft field.
Not at all.
At our table, we
Not
had
at all.
Brown Balla, we had some people he played private cash with. We had Berkey,
Don't worry, Berkey was there for like 3 minutes.
he was.
Yeah,
And he would
he
have
did an
punted it
orbit.
off if he stayed. It's
He
a
did,
1K.
he didn't punt, but he lost to this really dirty gut shot straight draw that hit, and he had trip sixes in the end. Jungle Man and Helmuth are in that tournament. And so we're wearing this colonial shit. It's cutting off the circulation in my head. I'm wearing 5 layers of polyester, just sweating.
Very sweaty.
I'm sitting at the table like, we're playing a game of Badoogie with these gentlemen. With assorted farmers and peasants. I'm pointing at Matt. Peasant, farmer, peasant, sir. And at the time, Matt's very serious about poker. So I'm like, I don't know if these guys are liking this or not. I could never have guessed he would go on his show and say that it was funny to him.
Right, yeah.
or even let us come over. This is
Yeah,
surreal.
this is thank you guys. So this is
Absolutely.
So we ran deep in that tournament, and on day 2, we went with one of our funniest characters, which is derived of this bowl cut that happened on day 6 on this trip. Like, look, dude, if I have this bowl cut, let's just fucking capitalize on it, and we'll do a character that's like super Asian. I'm half Filipino, so we do this character. We make this character called Venmo.
Yeah, he looks like a crypto millionaire.
Yeah. So I just look like this foreign millionaire Asian guy that doesn't know what the hell is going on. And so I'm talking like my aunts talk, and I wear my backpack like this, like they do in Japan. And Venmo is always, I gotta take my bandana off. So Venmo's always digging through his backpack, like looking for shit at awkward times. So I'll go in those like circular doors that enter like horseshoe, and I'll just stop and just make everybody stuck in it while I'm digging through this. And so on day 2, I sit down and we planned this for days. I walked around with fruit and all this crazy shit in my backpack for this moment. We sit down on the restart of the tag team. Jeff Bolsky's at my table, a number of kind of bigger name pros. And the dealer, first thing that you guys know that they ask is, I need your ID. And we know this. So I sit down and I'm like, I'm sorry? They're like, I need your ID. I'm like, and it looks more convincing because I'm wearing the outfit, and he's my butler.
outfit's
He's
really
the
good.
chauffeur. And so they're like, I need your ID, and I'm like, my driver's license. I have it. Forgive me. And so I'm digging through my bag and I'm like, forgive me, I have my black belt. And I have this. I have so much shit. I'm sorry that I have tuna. And I'm just digging through, right? And the whole table is buying it. They don't. I did this for 19 hours, so they don't doubt that this real.
Right.
So I get to raw bacon. And all of a sudden, the Poker Go cameras show up, and DePaulo's now narrating it on Poker Go. And the final thing I pull out, like I got a pile of shit on the table, and everyone at the table is just shocked. Like they think it's real. I pull out an entire watermelon and I just slam it on my chest. And they're like, "What the fuck is going on?" And I'm like, "I'm so sorry. Forgive me." I have my driver's license. I made sure it was in the bottom, you know. I pull it out, and that's like one of our best clips the whole time.
Amazing.
We stay in character for 19 hours. We do this, and we end up running deep. I think we got 96.
You better watch yourself because the orange cat is about to murder you.
We got 96th place in that tournament. We have 3 bracelet caches this series.
Nice.
Yeah.
I was first player to 1 million chips in 3 different bracelet events.
Wow. Okay.
And then I blow it up in the end because I suck, you know.
Hey,
But I was-
the Venmo bit was really funny because he was in character so well for so long that when he busted, he went, "Well, it was nice playing with you guys." The
In my
whole table
normal voice.
was like, "What the fuck?" Like we for sure thought he was a foreigner.
I just used my normal voice at the end, like, "Well, guys, it was an ultimate pleasure to play against you today." After they see that, and they were buying it, right? So I clap my hands like, "Butler." He runs over and brings me coffee, and I'm like, "This is hot coffee. I want I told you ice, always ice."
and I would fucking
So he
run.
has to come back now with new coffee. And then I clap again, and I'm like, "This needs one more sugar, Butler." And the table's like, "Is that your butler?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's my butler." They're like, "How much do you pay this guy?" I'm like, 50. They're like, 50 an hour? I'm like, "No, 50 every day." And they're like, I'm like, "This is Las Vegas. It's very cheap." You know, and they really buy it, you know. So we do these characters but we run deep too.
Yeah.
So it's like we have to maintain this certain level of like being legit players as well as being clowns. You can't be one or the other.
right.
You know, in our project you can't.
Yeah,
you have to have a
yeah.
mixture of both.
That's awesome.
I gotta ask, when does this episode come out? The when you guys get the prisoner out?
Okay, that's gonna be episode 4. We have 2 released, and let me tell you, they take a long time because we pay our
Right.
guy.
Oh yeah,
like,
you don't have to tell me.
Yeah,
It's
we
like-
know we know how much production, how long it takes.
well,
and all
we
that kind
could
of
do it
stuff,
ourselves, but we'd rather get the Hollywood guy and pay him $3,000 per
course.
episode, even though we do not have that money.
Right.
And
Right.
Quite
yeah,
honestly,
we're-
like that production was, I mean, it's top level.
Yeah, cool.
Like,
Thanks, man.
it's exactly what like poker needs, kind of like in a like a fun sense of like comedy
Yeah.
docu-vlog. I love it. I loved it.
Thanks,
Because
man.
like I actually resonated with it a lot because like the
Because he's been to jail.
I've never been to going to like St. Louis, like 3 hours away with one tournament by it or something
Yeah.
like that. I mean, I have been there and done that.
Sure.
So like all this stuff and watching you like do it on camera, I was like, holy shit, this is awesome.
Cool,
Like
man.
it's, you know, like it's I loved it.
So we've got like 8 more episodes caught. Well, the one thing we've done here with no money, dude, is be productive. I purposely designed this environment where we're 30 minutes away by design in Summerlin. Because if we had been on the strip distracted by all the craziness of Vegas,
Yeah.
we wouldn't have got shit done.
Right.
So I made sure we had a bunch of cameramen and a bunch of comedians cooped up in this house with endless ideas,
Yeah.
with nothing to do but play with our toys, and our only toys are cameras.
Perfect.
So we've got 8 episodes, probably 9 filmed, ready to release. We have to come up with the money to pay Charlie to edit it,
Right.
though.
So-
Which
so
we'll
you-
cross that bridge when we get there.
You don't know exactly when
this.
they'll be released or how often.
I think 3 will be in the next 3 weeks.
Okay.
Episode
Oh, that-
3.
that's good.
we don't want to make people wait too long.
Right.
But
I was gonna
sometimes
say,
they just have to wait for
yeah.
good stuff.
we're gonna get some content here very shortly.
Sure, yeah.
Awesome.
And then Run Good Day will be episode 4, and I will dedicate that'll probably be an hour-long episode, just that one segment. I honestly think it might be one of the coolest segments of reality TV ever shot. No
can't
one's
wait.
ever bailed a guy out just for funsies.
It's
right?
never
Right.
happened.
never
Yeah,
happened.
I love it. Like I never thought I'd fucking sit through a 30-minute episode or something like that.
Yeah.
And like, at the end of it, I didn't know how long it was.
Yeah.
And at the end of
Hell
it, it
yeah.
said 29 or 28:50 something. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
I can't believe that.
You know, everybody in the world nowadays wants reels. They tell us every day, dude, why are you doing long form? We want reels, TikTok. And we agree. We're going to do that. But my theory on it is if it's good enough, it can be as long as it wants. I mean, the Titanic is 3 hours long because it's good enough.
Yeah.
I don't think we're as like Titanic, but I think that as long as it's compelling, you can watch it.
Start shooting in IMAX.
Yeah. And we do hear all the time. But we hear from poker players whose wives hate the game. They're like, my wife likes your show. Or my family likes your show. People that don't even care about poker.
And thanks for praising it a little, because we were worried that just like, our friends get behind it and just our friends will like it. And, just hearing you guys say you like it, it really means a lot to us.
Honestly, I loved it. Like, it's funny because I showered Poker Pizza when he gave me his card. 100% showered him. I put his card in my book bag. It's still in my book bag right now. It's in like one of those little things.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Didn't even look at it. Nothing.
I'm sure. Yeah.
I got a text from Berkey the other day. He's like, "We're having Poker with Pizza on." I was like, "Well, fuck."
Yeah.
Now I gotta go watch this thing. So, and I watched it. I was like, "God damn it! I gotta stop being an asshole."
Yeah. No, it's cool.
You never know what you're going to be missing out on.
Yeah, it's like,
and we totally get it, because like having a show in this space is almost a statement in itself. Like, if most people in this space, if you got a show about poker, it's because you think you're a good player.
Yeah.
Or because you have something to share with your strategies or your GTO.
Or a huge bankroll.
Honestly, I will say that I don't think when it comes to poker content, people do it because they think they're good players. If you think about who does like the fun poker content, you have Ryan DePaulo.
Sure.
Rampage. Like he didn't he was playing 1-3.
Yeah.
He didn't say he was good. Like people like that. He's like, I suck. But I'm out here.
They're both in the 6 figures deep, though.
Well, I mean, they've been doing it for a while now.
Well, that's the thing.
DePaulo's been on the grind.
Yeah.
So, like,
if you sometimes you start out as like not this great poker player or whatever, but you want to do the content.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you start meeting people, you network, you learn,
Sure.
and then you're hanging out with people who are good, and then you learn from them, and then they, it snowballs into the effect of all of a sudden a couple years later, and now you're a top pro.
Listen,
that was with the entertainment side too, like the comedians too. Like it grows the same. There's a lot of like parallels between entertainment and poker, comedy and poker.
I think Rampage is a good example of that.
Ethan
the guy's playing 1-3.
We love Rampage.
He was playing 1-3 maybe 2 years ago.
Yeah.
The other day, he bought in for $1 million.
Right now, he's playing
like
high stakes cash, high rollers.
He wasn't like, he didn't say, "Hey, I'm the best at poker," but he loved the content. He wanted to make a big YouTube page. Yeah. And that was his driving force to it. And like, I see something similar.
We don't honestly, we don't know what our motivation is, because we've never been money motivated ever.
Right.
Well,
like,
that's obviously
money
bought a
helps.
fucking 1998 10-foot stretch limo or 20-foot whatever.
Hey guys, now that I think about
33
it, if you're still looking for funding, I know Rampage is pretty good about.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Dude, we're looking
for.
for funding. Let me
Definitely
tell
hit
you.
up Rampage. He might hook you guys up.
Yeah, honestly,
450,000 to work
you could
with.
probably get 425. He's not going to load 450 out anymore, but 425, you can definitely get him.
We don't. We're weird about handouts and stuff. We really feel like we have the content to prove it, to earn it, that it hasn't been released yet. We're sitting on that.
Yeah.
But I do want to say to our fans and people that have helped us, we have gotten, probably shouldn't say the number because it probably stopped the donations, but we've probably gotten $15,000 or $20,000 given to us by our just grassroots networks. We have 600 subs right now.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm getting face tattoos for a YouTube channel with 600 subs.
That's
so
dedication.
We're all in. Like we have ran out of money 3 times on this trip.
I love this.
The darkest and most depressed days. 5 days ago, we put our last $58 on a blackjack table. Ran it up to $2,000.
Oh my God.
And when we have good news, it inspires more donations from the fans. So we come up with our own 2,000 on ACR online blackjack, and then we get 2,000 or 3,000 more donated. So now, on day 7, our limo broke down, so we have been stranded. We were supposed to leave on July 1st. We've been stranded because this fucking limo broke down, and we will not abandon it. We should, by all wisdom and logic, we have flown home. It's $100 to fly home on July 2nd and just leave the fucking thing here. Or we've talked to Battlefield Vegas about lighting it on fire and running it over with a tank. Like if we can't have it, no one can.
Yeah. Also, it's the daily driver. He doesn't have another car.
I don't even
have a license, so it's like
I don't have another car. And losing $6,000 in this thing is just makes me like I don't want to do it. So what have we done? We put $4,000 more into fixing the transmission. It's in a shop right now in a little Mexican shop with a guy named Cheo. Please, man, please come through, Cheo. You know, we need him to come through, and he just hit us up today and said, "Hey, man, it's not going to be done on time." So this is the 4th time we've extended our trip. He's going to get fired.
Yeah, for sure.
Nope, you need to check your email. You've been fired.
But we have faith in this project. I think Poker with Pizza will somehow in the end it'll be worth it. I've got everyone in my family. My family's all doctors and judges and lawyers. They're like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And you know, I don't care.
Yeah, I love it.
I think our main motivation isn't, you know, we're not trying to be cool or famous or anything. Really, it's the fun of it. It's just like, you know, I went to Europe when I was 19 with like $200 and survived for like over a year playing music in Amsterdam, and that kind of adventure to me is like what really is what we like.
I love it. I love this whole thing. Man. I love your movement. I love what you're doing. I think this is going to be a really cool project. I know it's not going to be easy.
No.
From somebody that shows up 5 days a week or like 3.5 on average. Like I know it's just like it's daily grinds. Like but I think if you keep up with it, it's going to pop.
Cool, man.
This shit is popping.
Thank you. This is a big opportunity for us, so we can't thank you guys enough.
Awesome.
Everybody, please go check out Poker with Pizza on YouTube. He has 2 episodes out. The shit is popping.
It's spelled with the Y. Pyzza.
Yes.
Right. It's been my nickname for like 20 years.
Yep. We will link your channel in our description.
Yeah. And now we're going to cook you guys dinner for one of our segments. We're doing an Iron Chef, WSOP Iron Chef.
Yeah.
I played Heads Up this morning against an MGM chef for our grocery budget.
Wait, how much was that budget?
So we both had a base 50. No matter what, we're going to have $50 to buy groceries to cook you guys a badass meal right now. And then we played for an additional 100. I won, so I had 150 to shop with. He had 50. We both have some badass meals planned for you. It's in the basement right now, or the downstairs right now. We're gonna throw down some meals. All you guys got to do is point to your favorite meal.
Wow,
it's me versus a chef. I learned how to cook because I had a home game at my house where I would cook everybody steak and lamb shanks or whatever.
Wow.
So
we do anything for the rake around here, baby.
No one said anything about rake. Come on, no rake, CPD. We shovel rake. What? At my house, you just bought Starburst when you walked in, and we play for Starburst.
That's it, man.
At the end of the day, we didn't have an illegal casino with topless blackjack dealers and roulette and Texas Hold'em. I was just selling Starburst to my friends.
That's right.
Don't worry.
God, I love this, man. I'm really excited to see what you guys do.
Cool.
Again, please go check out Pizza with Poker with Pizza, and we'll be back tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow we're gonna have Landon, Hunt, and of course Tortua.
That's right. Early show, 10 a.m. right? Pacific time.
I believe it is 10 a.m. All right. Thank you for rocking with us again. Dude. We will see y'all tomorrow.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you, homies.
Yep.
Peace.
Let's go.
Dude, fuck yeah.